Thomas, does Frankie Valli drink in there?
Oh yeah, Jimmy Four Mac Seasons.
Does. Jimmy Mac drinks it.
I like the roof rack. Got me up the roof rack.
Got a gnome on there.
It does, yeah.
That's not your celebrity cameraman, is it? Oh.
So one of the best things in the hi-viz garden world is you get fancy tools. And so the dead interesting thing with this A35 van is you can tell it's pre-63.
How's my life come to being an editor and cameraman to these two stars here? Go! Somebody doesn't subscribe to the channel, I'm gonna go home.
I didn't see that. It's me, Thomas Edward, also known as T. And I'm stood in a room in a white chair at Ambleside at Waterhead. And we're going to have a tea mooch today. Now I'm actually along Windermere. What isn't a lake? It's a mere. Everyone always gets it wrong. It's a mere, and it's flooded. The pier's flooded. I used to come here many years ago when I was 10 years old and do high rope bikes with my dad here, but I never really stayed in it much. So yeah, it's quite high at the moment. We've had a lot of rain, proper Lake District rain at the moment. And Mum's been dreaming about men coming in boats to deliver big parcels in the middle of the night. You know, that's what's going on. So today we're going to go to hi-viz Garden World, it's only 10 minutes up there, to have a mooch where all the middle classes go buying furniture for their gardens, because it's really, really good. You know, there's a lot of good stuff. We were actually there last night, and I bought a jumper, a nice James Pringle jumper, bit of showbiz happens. So we're going to go there for a mooch. So that's today's plan.
Are you going to buy the Patreon cameraman a present?
Maybe, yeah. If I get any Patreon money, I'd like
bucket apparently.
Yeah, I'd like to say I'm in my brand new Pulsar overalls, full bodysuit bought by me dad for Christmas. So I'm repping the TE look. So when we go to hi-viz Garden World, they'll look at me like I either work for them or they're going, "What's that tool over there in that hi-viz?" So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Oh, get away. Look. It's Miss Cumry the third. And in the winter, they use the small boats rather than the big boats like the Swan. So they go to small boats that are like proper art, no, not Art Deco, but proper like 1960s boats, what you'd get on somewhere like in Venice. You get very styled sort of boats like that in Venice.
Let's go. Let's have a look.
Get on the road. And T's mum's down there.
Are we filming T's mum?
Yeah, she doesn't mind being a T's mum. There she is. Just looking at water's edge.
Get on the road.
Oh, I'm outside now. That's the white chair we're staying in up there. Look, welcome to White Chair Ambleside. It's gone back into a white chair like it used to be because for a while they tried to make it a hotel and it didn't work. But here, this is normally a walkway underneath here, and that's a pier. And when my dad used to rent bikes out, I used to ride along here, and I used to even ride when it was flooded, but not this deep. This is about a foot deep here, maybe 2 foot there. But I've been on that pier in the summer when it's been way down, the lake's been way down, only like 10 inches deep along the edge. You know, but now today it's totally different. A lot of the boats going out. Look, Miss Cumry the third. With colour changing lights. Oh, we're here at hi-viz Garden World, so we're going to go in for the main entrance for this dead retro looking building. It's been here for ages. They've gone a bit more, they've got a bit of posh greyness going over there. I call that grey on that building a name, but I can't really repeat it on camera because it's not sort of the done thing, but it's posh grey pretty much. We're going to go in and have a mooch, so let's go in. There's some dolphins there. fishing it now. Look, look. The sale is now on, so we get cheap bargains for once. Cheap bargains in Hayes Garden World. Who'd have thought it?
I'm looking for a folding bucket. I wonder if they sell one.
Oh yeah, the folding bucket. We need to have a look. It's the world's only wow, yeah, there's a map. Look, welcome to Hayes Garden World. Look. That's the outside of it, and there's like sheds in there and barbecues and jacuzzis for your posh manor house and all that. It's pretty good, right? Let's get in.
Thomas, does Frankie Valley drink in there?
Oh yeah, Four Seasons.
Jimmy Mac drinks in.
Last time I saw this was outside. I think we've got a van somewhere. It's an Austin 35. It's a bit like Wallace and Gromit had the van in the movie, but they had the van version. This is the car.
Across the store we have some specialist staff with expert knowledge. Earlier I was telling you about Ian, who was an expert in our furniture and barbecue department. Well, we also have plants at the most reasonable prices. Paul also looks after
Someone
all
polished
our
it, it's
admins, spending time and fencing. So we really
It says it on the mud flat, right? Austin A35. I like the roof rack. Got it. What's the roof rack?
Got a gnome on there.
It says it. No.
That's not your celebrity cameraman, is it? Oh no, in
No,
disguise.
it's not. Right.
Oh, he's bigger than that.
It is.
I remember them hubcaps.
Yeah. Okay, that.
That's Patreon cameraman there.
Yeah, cameraman, that. Oh, the cameraman was right, look. You've got a folding bucket, look. How did he know? How did he know there was a folding bucket here?
I'm looking for one of these.
That folding bucket. Oh, here we go, look. Do the TE test. Get it down there so you can put it underneath. Made for everything when you're on boat.
I think I'll let your viewers into a secret. We came here yesterday for a test practice
yeah.
run
Yeah.
for today
And then
to see what we were going to film.
you push it out. Oh. Oh. And then you're ready.
Is it quite sturdy?
I suppose you wouldn't put a lot of heavy stuff in it, but I think it'd be alright. It's made for people like cruising the cut on YouTube, you know, when you're on your canal boat. I think that's what it's made for.
This video shows you what it's meant to do. Look.
It's in storage, but I reckon you get away with putting it in your van life or your canal boat.
Yeah. Or cleaning your car like on the video.
Yeah. And then you get your spray, like your plant spray. Nothing in it. But look here. Look all this hose lock stuff. Me and the other cameraman, the cameraman what isn't here today, the mystery cameraman, we like hose lock stuff. And the dream to have, we've got hose lock pipe and jets like that, the end bits. Your bits what you can turn all the end on and make it in different jets. But the dream we want is a proper hose lock reel in a big plastic case. Because we've got standard hose pipe with hose lock fittings, not the actual reel like that. And we want one of them. Our next door neighbour has one on a wall and it's proper smart. But you can get all sorts, but you can get one with the wheels on so you can wheel it out. I do have one of these, very similar to this. You might have seen it on when I you pump it up and then you can squirt. When I washed Olivia getting ready for Fred dinner, I had one of them.
Yeah,
so
the link will pop up now.
Yeah. Ding! So there you go. I like hose locks. Much excitement to get over hose locks.
I'm just relief cameraman today because celebrity cameraman can't.
Not well,
he can't make
cameraman.
it. He's nursing a cold.
He is, yeah.
So I'm just on relief duties.
Relief duties.
Drafted in.
Yeah.
So I get to see
what tea
Thomas
gets up
Edward.
to, yeah. But look, this is the most exciting bit. I'm just getting the captain. Look. You get two-way fittings so you can connect two hose pipes up together. I have one of these at home so you can connect two of these up to make it one long one. So if you need to get from the front of your house to your back of your house, you can do that with that.
I actually think this is the best bit of the Thomas Edward video is when we go around looking at tools in the garden.
That's just a standard end, then you get fancy ends.
Hardware.
there's a place I go that has an end like that, and then we have something like that, but a plastic one. We have one of them at home. That's just a standard one.
You need to review hardware for
Yeah.
people.
And then that'd be good for this cameraman. He can put that on his tap in your kitchen.
Yeah.
And then he can plug the thing because he hasn't got an outside tap. It's pretty good. And like you get all different fittings, different tap fittings. So the good thing with hose pack, you can be on a flat and still have a hose pack. You can put it on your tap. Pretty good. It's just a bit pricey here and there, but it's not too bad. It just depends how you look at it. There you go, look. And the folding buckets in the same aisle.
I might go and buy one of those. $7.99. Find out at the end of the video if the cameraman buys one.
Yeah. Comment below.
Yeah, one of those will do.
So one of the best things in Hayes' garden world is you get fancy tools. And me and the other cameraman, who's ill, really likes this because you can get any handle. Like you can get a short handle, for example, and you can get something like a hole you can have or something. I can't find a hole, but we could have something like a. I don't know. Just get a trowel just to the thing, and you can put it at the end. You've got a trowel, but then when you don't need a trowel, you can take that off, and you can get a fork. Get it in there, and you can fork around with it, and then you can get something else. So that's the beauty of it. But the thing is, they're quite expensive. You're paying $6.99 for that. Then look, they were $16.99 each. It's a lot of cash. But you don't have to have a short handle. You can have a long handle. You can have an end of a spade. So you can put a spade. You can put big bits on it. It's not just small bits. Or you can put a brush on it, and you can get wooden handle ones. It's great. Look, and then you can. So if you had a big one like this. A rake on it, and then you got a rake to do your leaves with. Pretty good stuff. It's genius, but it's dear. It's 35 quid for that. You might as well just buy a shed and just buy all the big bits and long handles. But if you're working on a budget, or you're working not on a budget, if you're working with a small van, or you're working on your bike and you didn't have a driving licence, you do this because you can fit it all on a bike trailer. If you're a gardener, I'm saying, you know. Not if you're a normal Joe who doesn't really do gardening, but if you do it for trade, it's quite interesting. An interesting thing. But look, there's all sorts of this. There you go. That's what I was looking for. A hoe. There you go. Good hoeing. When you've cleared out your bed and you've done a bit of sieving, you get your hoe on it and sort of turn it up and keep turning it over. It's like ploughing a field, really, pretty much when you're hoeing. Really good. So there you go. Garden tools.
Shaft.
So what if you can't buy the expensive attachments and all the different poles, you just get a standard one. But the thing is, Hayes' garden one's a bit dear, but it's still good stuff. It's quality tools, as they'd say. But it's not for me. I'd go into antique store and get a proper thing, because I'll show you new ones. Right, so this is a new sort of style spade, flat angular, and then you've got your bits on there where you can get it anywhere, get your foot on it. But if you go to an antique shop like Lancaster Antiques or Bargain Times or Pastimes, whatever it's called near Leyland, if you look at a proper original spade, they're more straighter and a bit more wider, and they're quite a nicer tool to work with than the more modern ones. I know the other cameraman, who's currently ill, always says the same as that if you get an older spade, you work better than newer ones. There's something about newer ones that don't have quite the same effect as like a 1950s spade. So there you go, that's top tip with TE and Hayes' Garden World. Oh, right, we're outside now. This is quite an exciting bit. You get plant pot sheds, plants, and there's a big ball over there which meant to be like a whirling water goes in. But we've got other vehicles. I think they're part of Hayes' Garden World, like the old moneyed staff originally when it started up. This is an A35 van. You know, this is what they started with. But what the bone I've got to pick with this is like an enthusiast. It's metallic green. I don't think they ever did an A35 in metallic green. The one inside is proper green. This has been resprayed. But they all look a bit. They need a bit of body work. They need Tony Harrison on it. Do a bit of body work to get them ship shape. But I think the original vans to hi-viz Garden Work. That's what I'm thinking. And there's also a massive Ferguson around. A little grey Fergie, I should say, is knocking around. This is like what Wallace and Gromit had on the movie. They had an A35 van like this. Quite rare now, ain't it?
It's got original AA badge on.
So the dead interesting thing with this A35 van is you can tell it's pre-63. The number plate's pre-63. It's like 3 letters and 3 numbers. But what you can tell here, come with me. It's got a traffic indicator and it hasn't got indicators. They pop out when you want to turn left or right. Before then it was hand signals, and then these came out. They pop out before they put lights on, the indicator lights. So there you go. It's even got white wall tyres on it. This is great sound, this song. I forgot what it is. Snoop Dogg did a remix of this song.
Can't think.
Is it right?
I know who it. Riders in the
Storm.
It's
Riders of the Night.
Oh,
Snoop Dogg did a remix of it.
Oh, it's they did Come On Baby Like My
Yeah,
Fire.
that's it. Yeah. There you go.
I can't remember. Oh yeah,
Yeah, Riders on the
Storm.
Storm. I told you.
I have no musical knowledge whatsoever.
Riders on the Storm. Blues Brothers movie, the second Blues Brothers movie. They did a concert in the middle of nowhere, and it rained, and they painted the police car up in prime, and it all got washed off in the rain. And they're playing Riders in the Storm, I think, and he drives the car through the crowd in his little remote. Elwood Blues. It's not Elwood Blues.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And this sort they're playing Riders in the Storm. And Donald Dunn on the bass, he's playing it. There's a TE factual in
What, who did it though? I can't remember.
I don't know who did it, but I know Snoop Doggy Dogg remixed it.
Jim Morrison. Can't remember.
No.
Can't
Someone
remember.
will know. Comment below.
Yeah. Yeah, someone will know.
Yeah.
We might actually get some inspiration or a clue in here who actually did this song. Anyway, let's move on. We'll find out that in a bit later. Just looking for TE. I think he's round here somewhere.
Oh, didn't see that. I'm just deep in the bush, but I'm not on the railway today. I'm in hi-viz Garden World.
I can't miss you in that gear.
No, it's a bit right.
Very good.
Did it say Howard? Does that say Howard? The Howard.
The Howard.
The Howard
Rotavator Gem.
No, it's the Howard Rotavator Gem. Look, you've got TR Hazy doing some. It's probably one of their original rotavators. Pretty good, that. Howard. Sam Morris, my friend from West Coast, would love that because it's just a small station engine on wheels. Because people, right, at steam fairs at Astle Park, I go to get these, take all the rotary bit off it, just have the handles, the motor, and the fuel tank, and then you put a little trailer behind it and you ride on it through the steam fair. They actually do have proper ones of them, what they used on the railway, what I've got a different name.
I think when I get to retirement age, I wouldn't mind a stationary.
Yeah, and sit there with your pipe.
Pop, you can come along and set one out. No pain, no gain. You have to keep them clean.
Do you know there's a TV programme and they're in Blackpool, and there's a whole family firm who does deals and hot tubs, and they go around the country in little Vauxhall vans with trailers on the back with hot tubs, and the amount of problems they have trying to get them in the backyard, sometimes they have to train them in. They know it's that difficult.
That's definitely living the dream.
Living the dream, yeah. But the thing is, people would spend up to £6,000, more, £8,000 on them. Bit mad. I'd rather spend that on a TE mobile or a tour bus, even if it could be. here, currently we're in January. We're January the 5th or the 6th today. I think it's the 6th today. And it's after Christmas and slowly debunking and packing down all the Santa Grotto on all the Christmas stuff. So when we go back into the main hall, there's lots of Christmas trees lying around, but they don't need anymore because we're going back into the new year. No, we're in 2023 now. But this was the grotto down there. It even says grotto entrance this way. And all these would have been singing to you about a month ago. And there, and that one's still moving. That big lion.
It's like celebrity cameraman.
Yeah. Good that. I bet you DW and Rod the Raven or even Crocodile Mike will know him. He might be a circus lion who's done a bit of showbiz, and he might have been out of Jerry Cottle's circus. And he's come up here to see DW and Crocodile Mike because he wants a bit of showbiz work because everyone swarms up here to see him. You know, they've got the top tier of entertainment in the north. Oh, there's polar bears. There's one polar bear there, but I've just seen down there. There's a massive polar bear. That's Gregory. That is Gregory the polar bear.
Hello, I want some letters for Santa. I'm a bit bored.
Wow, do you know it was a talking postbox?
What did he just say?
No idea. He's a bit bored apparently. I think you need to go and
He's waiting for TE to turn up.
post him what I want for Christmas, but it's too late. I've already got what I want for Christmas. I'm wearing it.
Send your letters, yeah.
There you go. You need to send your letters to him. What is that? Oh, the sleigh. And 2 polar bears be nice and soft. Pretty good. We need a couple of polar bears with a sleigh like that. Pretty good in the back garden. Look at that one. He's a big one. That's Gregory. That is. I think DW knows Gregory. You should be at home, Gregory. Actually, you actually live at home. But this must be your work. DW's rented you out for the hi-viz garden world. Gregory's normally at home. He hasn't starred on the TE channel yet, but he might be actually coming to the Rod and Friends YouTube channel, what's coming soon to a screen near you. And he's here, DW and maybe Crocodile Mike have rented him out.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Oh, yeah.
You having a rest?
I am having a rest on Gregory here. DW will be wanting a word with me now because I'm sitting for free. I should be paying Gregory some money for doing the job, but it's not Christmas season.
I think I'll go get a coffee, I think. He's off.
If somebody don't post a letter for Santa soon, I'm gonna go home.
If somebody doesn't subscribe to the channel, I'm gonna go home. How's my life come to being an editor and cameraman to these 2 stars here? Go!
Ah, this is a clue to the song what was on earlier, but it does slightly different.
It's a sliding one.
Sliding one. It's not like an open house one. I'm in a greenhouse.
Plenty of space.
Yeah, it's got windows in it.
Hard wearing.
Hardware to the open. You wind that, probably it opens it. There's a way of doing it. Yeah, you got a gas strut on it. Yeah. Yeah. How much is it? 59 quid? 107, what is it? A lot of money. That's what it is. You need a greenhouse, Matthew. You need a greenhouse. You can grow loads of stuff in the greenhouse all year round. There you go, this is a proper water butt. That even says it. A water butt kit. 100 litre space saver. So you get your pipes come down from your gutter in and it fills this and you have a tap on it. Put your watering can on it and water your plants. Oh, they're packing it down. There's loads of men. We were in here last night and they weren't doing this, but they're packing it all down now. And it's all going back to summer season again. No.
Balls.
at my white chair. We're in the TV room, I should say, and it's a bit like a green room to me. I've got my tea and I've got a moose. I'm in this really retro chair. The rest of the white chair, this is kind of retro, but the rest of the white chairs, this sort of leather bland-ish IKEA sort of style cities. But I've got a proper retro one. Look, they look like they've got the Age UK warehouse in Kendal, proper retro. Need this in my showbiz bungalow. Anyway, if you've enjoyed today's video of Hayes Garden, we're on a bit of a mooch with tea on a mini staycation holiday in the same county as where I live. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe, a comment below. There's a Patreon link below, and there's also merchandise, tea merch below, where you can get a t-shirt once I didn't see you there, and ding, and all sorts of stuff. So without further ado, remember to click that big bell. Ding! Do a shot, I don't want to film this. Just
I've done a shot.
Alright, no, but do a shot, Dan.